If you came out to Hawaii, would you regret it? Do I regret it? The short answer is no. But watch to the end to figure out if you'll think you'll regret it. But in my opinion, Hawaii is an amazing place to come for a shorter amount of time. After about 2 months, you're going to hit a wall. And it might be a brick wall, depending on how much money you've saved up to come over here with. It also depends on which island you're on. Technically, the cheapest island is Oahu. This is also my least favorite island. This is the island that I'm on right now. And I'll tell you why. I've been on 2 of the 4 major islands, the Big Island and Oahu, so those are the only ones I can really talk about. But I also have heard a lot about the other 2 islands, and I'll be going to Kauai next week. So I'll definitely let you know more about those islands if you subscribe. But right now, the Big Island is definitely my favorite. I have absolutely no regrets about going to that island. It was probably the most magical place that I've ever been. It felt like landing on a tropical moon in the middle of the ocean. After flying 6 hours from the mainland USA, you get there and it's the most incredible feeling. It feels like you're just out in the middle of the ocean for forever, and you're so isolated out there. And so I think a lot of us mainlanders, we just completely forget about Hawaii because it's so far out there. My mom spent 6 months on Oahu when she was in her 20s, and so I always heard about it, and I was always kind of jealous of everybody that lives out here. But now that I've been here, I wouldn't say that I'm jealous of them. I think it's got its pros and cons just like anywhere else. I don't regret coming out here. I feel like in my life I want to experience everywhere, especially as an American. You want to experience all the 50 states. It's definitely a bucket list item to do. Check off all the states and go there. But since I was coming out here, I wanted to really experience most of the islands, that are as many islands as I could. And so I'm actually going to be out here close to 3 months on this extended trip. And I rented my house out, so that really helped me afford being out here. And I also signed up for World Packers. It's a platform kind of similar to Workaway, where you work for places in exchange for lodging and sometimes food. And so that helped me out a whole lot. I got to have food and housing covered, which are definitely your major 2 expenses here when you come out here. If you don't come out here with a plan like similar to that, or a chunk of cash, you will probably regret coming out to Hawaii. It is not that cheap out here. This is one of the most expensive places in the world. We were just laughing about it yesterday. Well, crying about it, should I say. Whole Foods ran out of eggs. We were over here in Kailua, Hawaii, and they ran out of eggs, and all they had was local eggs, but they were $6 plus tax for 6 eggs, and for half a dozen. And so we went back a few days later to check again. They were completely out of eggs. They had no eggs. Went to another store, no eggs. Third store, finally they had eggs, but they were selling cartons over there for $11. And we bought the cheaper ones, you know. They were, I think it came out to be $6, but still, inflation here is crazy. It's already crazy everywhere else, but that's definitely one of the reasons you might regret. Probably the only reason, actually, that you might regret coming to Hawaii, because it is paradise. It's one of the nicest places I've ever been. It's absolutely incredible. I wake up every day grateful. I mean, look at all these palm trees. It's beautiful, lush green island with no poisonous snakes, and it's so peaceful. That's what I love about Hawaii. And it's definitely, in a way, a good thing to be isolated from the world out here, the way the world, especially the way the world's going. I just think that Oahu is too crowded and has too much military here, and the tourists here aren't the best tourists. So I would say that go check out some of the other islands if you're coming, but check out at least 2 islands. If you're coming all the way out here, buy an inter island flight to one of the other islands. I suggest is buying a one-way ticket. I bought one way from Albuquerque to Kona for $170 and paid another $35 for my bag. And then I bought, I just recently bought while I was out here, a ticket from the Big Island to Oahu to Honolulu, and I think I paid $70. And then I bought a ticket from Honolulu to Kauai. I could have got it for $50, but I wanted to choose a different day that was more expensive, so I got it for $90. And then bags are both free on those. And then I bought a ticket, one-way ticket back to New Mexico from Kauai for $220. So all in total round trip airfare is going to end up being around $580 or so, $580, which is really not bad for getting to experience 3 Hawaiian islands. And I just think that you only live once. That's definitely one of the reasons that I wanted to come out here. If I don't go, when will I go? And I'm finally at a place where I can have some freedom. I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing poetry on demand using a typewriter. If you're more curious about those things, definitely subscribe. And so I have a lot of freedom to go kind of where I want to go and be who I want to be and check out other areas. And part of my reasoning was maybe I want to move there. I don't know, maybe I could pull that off. Maybe that's something that would be fun. And so it's kind of a scouting mission for me. And I've really just enjoyed it, checking it out. I would say that, yes, there's more here to do on Oahu, but it's really still not much when you compare it to a mainland city. There's just not a lot of bands that are coming through town because it's so far out here. Culture is very centered around the native Hawaiian culture, and I don't know, it's just a very relaxed, chill place. And I wouldn't say that there's really enough here to make me want to live here. I would rather just live somewhere in a rural area of Hawaii because your life would end up just being better, I think. But to each their own. If you want that luxury lifestyle, city lifestyle, definitely come to Oahu. It's definitely worth experiencing. To me, Waikiki kind of feels like Las Vegas, so I don't really like it over there. We did learn surfing over there, and that is a good place to learn. And I've been doing all kinds of hiking on the Big Island and here on Oahu, and they're amazing hikes. I would say if you're a hiker, you absolutely must come to Hawaii. It's the best hiking I've had, and I've heard that it's even better on Kauai. And I bought a permit for the Kalalau Trail, so I'll get to do that. One of the most bucket list hikes in the whole world, best hikes. So I'm excited, even now 2 months in, to keep experiencing Hawaii. I'm having a good time. Do I miss the mainland? Absolutely. I absolutely miss the mainland. I love the mainland. I love the desert. I am tired of it living over there, but I definitely would always at least be super excited to go visit for a month or two at a time. And I don't really plan on selling my house there. And I just think that Hawaii is a really intriguing place if you are okay with having two homes, where you come here in the winter time and you live a life in the mainland in the summer, or vice versa if you're really into it. But yeah, I just think that it's hard to have any regrets when you just haven't seen it and you really don't know what it's like. But people do really glamorize Hawaii, and I don't think that's justified. It has a lot of problems too, homelessness, poverty, just like a lot of the southern states, really. It is a southern state in a way, really close to the equator. We actually visited the southernmost point of the U.S. It's on the southern tip of the Big Island, and if you are more interested in that video, or more interested about the Big Island, definitely go check that out. It's on my channel, Abundance is a Dance. But yes, do I regret coming to Hawaii? Yes and no. But for me, more no than yes. Sorry if that was vague. All right, thank you. Subscribe.